بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. My name is Muhdhar Abdulrahman Khitamy, Jamalilayl. I'm the trustee and coordinator of Muslim Academy, Lamu, Riyadha, Kenya. I'm also the first chairman of Supreme Council of Kenya Muslims, COST. I'm here to present an overview of Islam and Muslims under Tariqas in Kenya. Kenya is in the east coast of Africa, which is in the coastline. Islam is as old as 8th century. Ibn Battuta, the Moroccan traveler, visited Lamu in 1331, and he found well-established settlements with mosques and everything in Lamu. Lamu has been experiencing, and the coast in general has been experiencing travelers from the Persian Gulf who are predominantly Muslims. And that is how the east coast of Africa became, Muslims. The local tribes, the Bantus, intermingled with the Arabs and came up with a new culture, a new tribe called the Swahili. Swahili means the coast. The Muslims who arrived in Lamu are predominantly the Shafi school of thought. And most mosques, almost 100%, were Shafi adherents. In Lamu, we had a few impact of the Omani Arabs who came after the Portuguese. The Portuguese came and colonized the coast in the 15th century. They were very hostile, they were not welcoming, people fought with them, and in the end, they had to leave. With the coastal people got help from the Omanis came in. They had very little impact as far as religion is concerned. The Ibadi school of thought was there, but it was not predominant, especially in the coast. Places like Zanzibar, they had a lot of impact of the Omani sect, that is the Ibadis. Now, the Tariqas in Lamu, within the school Shafi of thought, we had people who went and who traveled to Mecca and studied there. And they came up with Tariqas from where they came. Now, most of them learned from people like Abu Bakr Shatta and Ahmad bin Zayn Dahlani, who are the Alawites, Ba'alawi Tariqa. That is how they came in. But before that, we had the Qadiriyas, we had the Shadhiliyas, and the Mawlids that were there were basically from those two Tariqas. And the most common Mawlids that were there were the Barzanjis and Debi'i. The Alawi Tariqa, the Ba'alawi Tariqa, was more institutionalized. It becomes more of an institution with the coming of a saint known as Habib Saleh Jamalilayl. He came from Komoro, whose descendants came from Pate, settled in Komoro, and later came to Lamu. He came to Lamu, he was born in 1844 and came to Lamu in the year 1862. Habib Saleh learned and studied in Lamu. He got his basic education and everything, and his masters were there in Lamu. He had a close connection to his ancestors in Yemen. And he was a disciple of Habib Ali al-Habshi. He built his mosque in 1901, right, and named it Riyadha, just like the mosque of Habib Ali al-Habshi. Habib Ali al-Habshi sent one of his students to Lamu with the book with the Maulid that he composed, which is known as Simtu Durar. It was recited, first recited in 1907. Simtu Durar was first recited in Seyoun in 1906. And then the next year, the following year, he brought it to Lamu. So Lamu was the second city or town that recited that Maulid of Simtu Durar. And then it was sent to Java, or Solo. Right. This Maulid attracted so many people. Not is because of Simtu Durar, but because of the institute that Habib Saleh built. It was an academic center. He had students all over the East Africa, the native Africans, the people of Lamu, the people of Tanzania, Uganda. They all used to come and study in Lamu. And he sent his missionaries, his students, to go and teach in other regions of East Africa. So the Maulid became very popular because all the affiliates, spiritual affiliates of Lamu would attend that Maulid. And there is a very big maqam of Habib Saleh there. And the people will come all over the world. From Yemen, we have visitors from Yemen. We had visitors from Gulf, London, and everywhere. The son of Habib Ali al-Habshi also was one of the dignitaries who visited Lamu, Habib Abdul Qadir bin Ali al-Habshi. And his son, who is the present Mansib, Habib Ali bin Abdul Qadir, also came to Lamu. And so many personalities like Habib Ali al-Jufri, Habib Umar bin Hafid, and the others. And Sayyid Salim Shatri. Now this explains the importance of that particular Maulid. It has connections with various parts of the world, and it is instrumental in the spread of Islam. And in that Maulid sprang other Maulids in East Africa, where the students or the students of Riyadha spread Islam, and it's because of the Maulid whereby Islam has taken root. Other tariqas are there, and we join together with Qadiriyas, Shadiliyas, and everything in propagation of Islam. A new brand of Islam has come, which is the Wahhabi movement, which has, to a certain extent, hampered the progress of the spread of Islam because of the conflict that it brings. It's not addressing, it's not trying to spread with Islam. They're trying to stop the spread of tariqas, in which case it has affected the growth of Muslims in Kenya. Thank you. We have a very big challenge. We need to be very dynamic. The tariqas have brought in peace. The tariqas have brought in together, people together through tasawwuf, closer to God. But now, the dynamism that is there in Islam, the concept that is there in Islam, right? The militancy that is there in Islam is deviating, right? So Islam is becoming militant in the sense that it's a new breed of Islam with new ideas and new, philosophies and new things, new interpretation of Islam, what Islam is. And it has affected, it's affecting the Muslims in Kenya the way it's affecting the Muslims everywhere, right? Because people have come to understand Islam the way they're interpreting it, as a force, as a fight against the non-Muslims, as, to challenge, right, different ideologies, and everyone is a mushrik, and the mushrik has to be killed, and so on and so forth. Right. Here, the tariqas has brought harmony amongst, the affiliates, has brought in together, Now we have we have the natives in East Africa, in the interior, who find Islam. There is Islamophobia. The people are frightened of Islam. When you tell him a Muslim, he gets frightened. He says Islam is war, because to them Islam, the interpretation of the Islam has become a different one. So what we are trying to challenge, what we are trying to to educate the people, is really hampered by these thoughts. We want people to live in harmony, to work together. We cannot reach them now. There's a wage that has been, and as I said, the spread is very slow.